So what we're gonna make today is pumpkin spice latte pancakes. I do use a pancake mix and then I zhuzh it up with a lot of spices. You can just look for something with whole grain. Kodiak has two different ones. One's carb conscious, but it does have more calories. What we're gonna do is use a whole can of pumpkin. You could cook a pumpkin, roast it off, but it is a lot of work. I've done that before, and there's just a lot of cutting, a lot of taking the seeds out, but feel free. I found Trader Joe's has wonderful organic pumpkin, so it's lovely. Open a can. And then I'm also going to use about 2 cups of the Kodiak. This is the one I'm using today is whole wheat oat and honey. And one thing I wanted to mention, it does have 8 grams of protein per serving, 180 calories. It does have 37 carbs, but it has 5 grams of fiber. So that's 2 cups of that. And then one thing that's unusual that makes this the latte part of it, I am putting 1 teaspoon of instant coffee. Now you can use decaf or regular, whatever you like. And then here's where all the spices come in. For the cinnamon, I love cinnamon, so I'm using more cinnamon, about 1 teaspoon of that. For the rest of the items, I'm just going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon. And again, that was ginger, clove, cardamom, nutmeg, allspice, and I'm even going to put just a pinch, just a splash of vanilla, and then almond milk. You're probably going to want to put about 1 cup in. I'm going to see what it looks like. You want it to be just a nice consistency. Feel free, you could use the same. This is also for waffles. So if you have a waffle maker, you could also use the same mixture to make pumpkin spice latte waffles. I just don't have mine out right now. And I also wanted to mention, I don't put any sugar in this. I figure the best way to utilize the sweets part of it is either to use the Lakanto monk fruit flavored syrup. You could also use organic regular syrup, or you could use sugar-free. You have options. It just depends on how many calories you want to spend to eat this lovely breakfast. So I'm going to, please join me over at the stove and I will show you what they look like. Really, you want to just kind of scoop it. And with one of the servings that I had you make, you should be able to get about 8 pancakes. I made the pancakes a little bit bigger. So what you want to do is, they flip over in just a couple minutes. And they just turn into this lovely, beautiful pumpkin color. And you just want to have them on low to medium heat. And just keep your eye on them. As soon as they start to brown up a little bit, flip them. And here's what they look like. Very beautiful color. Lunch today is going to be a very easy turkey, black bean, pumpkin. It's almost like a quesadilla, but I'm calling it a melt. Remember the importance of keeping some ground meat that's already cooked in your freezer. Many of my videos I kind of talk about that. I wouldn't be able to survive. I'd never have a home cooked meal if I didn't do it. So this is where you want to go ahead and pull out just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of a cup of, I try to keep ground turkey, or lean ground turkey or chicken in the freezer. If you have some that has taco seasoning, that would be even better. If not, that's okay. But you want some cooked, about 1/4 of a cup lean ground meat. And then black beans, about 1/4 of a cup. I have it in this little container. And then about a tablespoon of pumpkin. Now I also have added diced jalapeno, another time saver. You can, jalapenos are inexpensive, but you can also buy these, and this lasts for a little while where it's already chopped up for you. So I've got jalapenos in here. You can omit that, or just you put it into your liking. And then I love these La Banderita carb counter. They're really great. They only have 45 calories. You're going to use 2 of them for each melt. So the cheese that makes the melt part, I'm using Sargento pepper jack, 1 slice per each melt. Start with 1 tortilla shell. You want this to be on medium to low heat. And then the mixture that I made, you want to just make sure it's stirred up really nicely, and then you're going to spread it out. And I'm going to take the cheese, the 1 slice of cheese, and just kind of tear it up. Try to make sure it's even all over the whole tortilla. And then finally, you're going to take the last tortilla shell and put it over the top. And then, without burning yourself, just kind of smush it down a little. And then you're going to keep checking it, lift it up. You want it to just be slightly brown, and then use a large spatula, and you're going to flip it. And then when we're done, this is what it turns out like. I've cut it with a pizza cutter. You could cut it with a knife. I'm serving it with some low-fat sour cream and whatever salsa you like. It's pumpkin dinner time. The first thing I'm going to do, normally you would brown some lean. I don't really use hamburger too much, if at all. I mostly use ground chicken or ground turkey. I have 1 pound of 99% lean ground turkey in here. I like some spice, so I'm going to add about a cup of jalapeno. And for some reason, you could use red or yellow bell peppers. For some reason with chili, I like green. It does have a slightly different taste, but you'll have to play around with whatever flavors you like. But I'm putting in about 1.5 cups of onion and about 2 cups of green diced up peppers. I'm just gonna throw that in. And then I'm using all of the vegetables, all of the fruits, anything I get out of a can, any beans, any tomatoes, I rinse them thoroughly. These are just plain diced organic tomatoes, about 2 cans, drained and rinsed. Or you could use one of those larger cans. And then I like 2 kinds of beans. Now, kidney beans are usually the go-to bean for chili, and I love kidney beans, they're very hearty. But I also like to put a little bit of black beans in. I usually do 1 can of black beans and then 2 or 3, depending on the size of your container. I think I have 2 here, drained and rinsed, red kidney beans. So then that's going in. And pumpkin. This is about a cup. I know it seems like a lot, but it kind of cooks out of it and you can't really taste it. I'm also going to put about 1/2 tablespoon of cumin. Then I also put in 2 or 3 bay leaves. Now you probably take this, it won't kill you if you eat it, but to my knowledge. But you want to just take that out before you eat it. Once you stir it up, just try not to break it up too much with that. And then for the tomato sauce, I always get a big container like this, and it's no sodium added. Because some of this, if you look at the labels where you don't get the no salt added, I mean, a container like this can have an enormous amount of sodium in it. So you're just gonna pour this over all of the ingredients. And then I usually take the can and fill it up with a little bit of water. You want it right up to the top. Too full where it's gonna fall over, but you want a good bit. So I usually have it about 1 inch below the lid. And then for the spices, I have found that these packets are just fine. This one is salt-free, Mrs. Dash, and it has all the, you could put chili powder and more cumin and things like that, but these packets are really tasty. So for this size, I'm going to put 1 or 2, just depends on how much spice you like in it. And the last thing that I wanted to mention, I don't know if this is true or not, but my mom always used to tell me to, when you're cooking with tomato-based products, whether it be tomato sauce or chili, there's a certain element that I don't know, just you need to balance it a little bit with the sugar. I'm putting just a pinch of sugar to keep down the acidity. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I've always done it, and you can't really taste it. Now, one last ingredient, because it's pumpkin turkey chili, I'm probably going to put just a little bit of cinnamon. Not cinnamon and sugar, just a little bit of cinnamon. It adds like a little bit more warmth, and it plays off of the pumpkin. Show you a clever idea. This could even be for kids. It is apple cider, just regular apple cider that I've heated in the microwave, and then you take chai tea bags, and what we're going to make is an apple chai tea. So I've heated up the apple cider, and I put a little bit of extra cinnamon. I love my cinnamon. So these are chai tea bags. You could also steep it first and not have to microwave it. You could just do it on the stove. But what we're going to do is just let this sit, let the tea get infused with all of those chai flavors, and then I'm going to top it off with a little fat-free whipped cream and a little cinnamon. Drizzle of cinnamon, and there's our drink. I hope you've enjoyed this pumpkin episode. Thank you for spending your time watching this video. Please leave comments about anything else that you would like to see, any special editions. Coming up for the holidays, I'm definitely going to be making some pastries, and I'm gonna have like for Christmas, I'm gonna have a cookie segment. Anything you'd like to see, just put it at the comment below. I'll try to put a healthy twist on it, a wicked gingerbread twist to whatever I'm making, to where you can have it more regular. So have a great week. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the like if you like it, and click the little bell. I send these videos out every Friday, so I hope you keep tuning in, and have a good week.